Yeah, baby. We're starting the podcast right now. We're back. You know what, dude? Live. Welcome, everybody, to the show. YKWD. I started social media and podcasting. The fact. The YKWD podcast. YKWD's back again. Old school, back in the day, where it all started. Before them all. YKWD. This podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules. Shut up. You're ruining this. Where's the bandana, man? Sorry, it's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR. That's what this podcast does. Is there any better show? This is the original. What up?
Okay.
What's happening, everybody? Robert Kelly. You know what, dude? What's up? What's all the ladybugs happening there? Lou, yes, your favorite person on the fucking earth is the guest tonight. Gabby, yes, blow kisses with the Queen of England fingers you have. Not you. Colin.
Early, huh?
Sorry, buddy. I apologize. It bugs me. Let me take these off because I look like Gabby, that teacup way too big.
Big, right?
That's how it should be. A nice cup of tea.
Yeah, you and Gabby have so many things in common. It's crazy. Your fingers are the same size.
True.
Your calf muscles are the same.
Sure.
Your tea habits are the same.
Oh.
Yeah. You're just Gabby if she transitioned into a middle-aged man.
I mean, I'm going to look just like Colin in 20 years.
Yes, especially when you can afford the whisker shavings. This is a real-ass podcast. Oh, that's Luis Gomez. Sorry. Hey, Mush. Mush is here tonight. Of course, we got my favorite person, too, in the world. Everybody loves him. Colin Quinn is the guest. Gabby's here. Hi. Even though a lot of you guys don't like it, I do. So fucking stick it right in your butt. Okay?
Colin, are you being haunted? What just happened?
The sepia light went out. That's weird. Hold on.
Oh, God. Here we go. Keith and Colin. The iPad's fallen. There's no mic.
What if we saw a goblin eat him?
Wow.
Wow, what? Is it a... wow.
No.
What?
Oh, forget this. Yeah, this is fine. I'll just turn this up a little. I'll soup it up here.
Good.
That's as high as it goes. All right. That's a good look.
Yeah, you look like a hostage.
It looks. This is how everybody looked like in like November. I mean, in like April.
Yeah. You have very an April podcast look. That's right. Yeah. You don't have a microphone either, right? I thought you had a nice microphone.
Right here.
It's not on.
It's not on.
Oh, can you hear it now?
Nope. You have to choose it. Oh my God. I mean,
wait a minute.
You have to choose it. Go see where it says mic, cam mic.
Mic.
Click on that. Then click on audio, and then click on mic, and then click on your mic.
Default. Got it. There we go. Yeah.
You picked the Yeti. Oh, now he's gone.
Now we froze.
Can we hear you?
No.
Oh, no. Turn the mic on. Turn the mic on. Turn the Yeti on. You turned it off. No, on the actual mic.
There we go.
Yeah, how about that? Nice.
That's way better.
Nice.
Nice. Now you sound good. I mean, we're mainly an audio podcast. We do some good numbers on the YouTubes, but this one's gonna go ballistic because everybody loves Colin Quinn. Everybody loves a little Colin.
Everybody loves me. They made a show. Everybody loves Raymond. Everybody doesn't love Raymond. Everybody loves Colin. In fact, I knew Raymond when he was doing comedy. Everybody didn't love Raymond. At least in comedy. I'll give Ray. You got to give Ray Romano props for one thing. he was following guys. He was going on last at the cellar shows. I've told you this. He's going in after Louis, Nick, Attell, last on the show, working clean, late night, talking about his wife and kids when nobody in the crowd. They just heard these killer acts getting, hardcore. He's like, my wife, my kids. And at first you could see people like, what? This is all the time. By the end of the set, people were going crazy. That's how funny he was.
Wow. No shit.
Yep.
And working clean, dude, that's the way to make money.
Working clean. That's why I only work clean.
What?
Ice water?
That's why I do a lot of corporates and all ages shows, because I choose not to use profanity in my act.
Dude, are you having a fucking aneurysm right now?
Why?
That fucking ice water is so loud.
It's not ice water, it's Pellegrino.
Oh, sorry.
So sorry.
Did you hear Mush's little? He said, I thought it was your bones.
Mush weighing in.
Yeah. Good one. There you go. That's crazy. It's funny because, if you work clean, you have a better opportunity to, Greg Fitzsimmons said that to me right when I started comedy. I was in a comedy class at Maria Falzoni's house. I lived there. So she made me take her class. Such a. And I remember I got Aldo, Benny, and Dane. I was like, you guys got to do this with me. This is going to be hell, please. And they did it with me for 1 week, and then they just never showed up again or paid. And I actually quit 3 weeks in. I just stopped going. I just didn't come home. I just stayed out all day.
He had to sneak in the house because he wasn't going to his class.
So she had Greg Fitzsimmons, who was a big name at the time. He did a lot of evening at the Improvs.
Right.
But he would do jokes like, I'm allergic to alcohol. When I drink, I wake up in spots. Chelsea, Charlestown, Revere. It's like, dude, I heard that in the meetings. It's like a meetings joke. Right. But he said to me,
by the way, can I just stop for 1 second? That was the worst impression of anybody I've ever heard. Greg Fitzsimmons.
Not Greg Fitzsimmons.
Don't know. He has the high voice. And Bob goes, by the way, I was like, what are you doing?
Okay. I said Greg Fitzgerald, I meant.
Oh.
Not Greg Fitzsimmons. Greg Fitzsimmons. Ah, yeah. All right. Well, that's all right. Well, you're gonna go that route. You're a little heavy, but all right. Listen, I know the difference.
All right.
But Greg Fitzgerald was big back then. Fitzy, who I like to call Fitzsimmons, he was not. This guy was evening at the Improv, blah, 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 Tonight Show. When that shit was the biggest thing.
Right.
And he said, you got to be clean. You got to get 7 minutes of clean material. And I was like, why? You got to be clean. That's the only way to make money. You're going to make money. You're going to be. And I was like, yeah, but what if my life is fucking banging and fucking eating and banging, just banging broads? And he was like, well, you're never going to go anywhere. I was like, well, fuck off. And then I saw Joe Rogan on TV, on MTV, doing a blowjob joke. And I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah.
I always, that story about me and the Tonight Show, right? How I was, like 1989, I'm in LA, and the guy Jim McCauley, who's the booker of the Tonight Show, comes up to me and goes, Johnny would love you. I was watching you past few nights. I go, great. I go on the show. He goes, just cut out the cursing, and we'll work on a set. I go, no, I'll do it the way I do it. He goes, no. He goes, you can't curse on the Tonight Show. I go, then I'm not interested. He goes, what? He starts laughing. He goes, I mean, what are you doing? I go, I'm not interested if I can't do it the way I want to do it.
You have so many stories like that.
I do, yeah.
What the fuck, Quinn? What is that?
It's called diluted sense of your own position in show business.
Yeah, but you had it since you were an open micer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. No, I wouldn't say since I was an open micer, but I would say when I first started getting laughs, it just went to my head immediately.
Why have you ever tried to like let me now look at some people are going to listen to that and go, yeah, fucking good for Colin, stuck to his guns, fuck the Tonight Show, right? But we're not talking Tonight Show right now where you know there's guys who've done 7 of them and not even a fucking blip. They didn't even get more followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking Johnny Carson.
Right.
We're talking your life has changed, possibly.
Well,
probably, definitely.
Well, I think it was a little after that, but yeah, no, you're right because Drew Carey did it after that, and he got his own show because of that one Tonight Show. So yeah, your life could be changed by it. And I like Johnny. I was like, it wasn't like I was like, I hate Johnny Carson. I like Johnny Carson, but I just, I grew up thinking like George Carlin, like because I grew up on George Carlin and Richard Pryor. My whole thing was like, fuck that. Everything else working clean is bullshit. And these guys, you know what I mean? And they went on the Tonight Show, but they didn't really believe in that kind of stuff. So in my mind, I was like, yeah, that's what we believe. But yeah, fuck that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So I was coming from that school, even though it was 100 years before that, but it sticks in your mind, your role models, you know?
Yeah, well, even Pryor, when he was on the Tonight Show, it wasn't that good.
Well, and he had a shitty attitude. Him and Colin were on together. And you could tell they weren't even comfortable with each other in there. It was really tense.
Yeah, it was like it's like watered down. You can tell that they were like, the problem is once you tell a comic, don't say this word, and it's don't say this word, don't say that punch, and change that to something else, you fuck up the whole
flow.
Like inner monologue you've created with yourself to know how to, when the laugh is coming, when it's the timing you're fucking up.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, those shows, like not the Tonight Show in particular, all of those shows, they do that literally. They go, we're short for time. And for some reason, the comedian, not the boring actor, they couldn't cut their story short for time. But the comedian who's all about timing, working on this set, a lot of people really work their set too much, in my opinion, by the way. They work it too hard. Like that 5 minutes, it's a little too tight. If you'll notice, some people will be up there and it's like, hi, it's like they're appearing in court. They got a suit on for the first time in 11 years. Hi, everybody. And it's like, all right, come on, loosen up. You're great because you're not that, But they come up the minute before. You got to cut 30 seconds. You're like, what? Where? You got to cut that line. What? We just spoke to they said the censor said you can't say this. You have to say this. You're like, no. That ruins everything. It's all the words. Those little words would get the laugh sometime, So it's a weird thing, You know
what's so funny is that 95% of the actors they had on TV faded away, did shit, and I would say the reverse was for comics.
Right.
They would actually wind up being the box office smashes or the television smashes, and all these actors that they wasted 15 minutes, 20 minutes delving into their horse shit will fly by night bullshit, and we never see them again.
Yeah. No, it's definitely there's a lack of respect for stand-ups, but that's how we like it too. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
I like the fact that these people are like, that we're like not really in. You know what I mean? We don't belong.
I want to be in.
We don't belong.
But I want to be in. I want in. I want in. I want in for a couple of years. I want in for like 3 years. I want to get a new house. I want to get a lake house and maybe a beach house. I want in for 3 houses and Max's college, and then I'll come back out.
That's big in.
That's not a big. Well, I don't want big houses on the beach.
The beach house.
South Carolina, you get one for $450.
Yeah. Or like the sad thing is, you could have got Arizona 10 years ago. You could have got Asbury Park. Look who I'm talking to.
That's true.
You could have got Asbury Park 10 years ago, right? It was a hellhole.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, but it was dirt bags. All the parolees lived like in those single room. They were all like rooming houses in Asbury Park, like 10, 15 years ago. When I say 10, 15, it's probably 25, but I think it's 10 or 15.
Well, speaking of Gabby's dad, Gabby's Bon Jovi had this special on last night on TV about the new album.
Oh.
And guess whose dad wasn't in it?
What's
going on, Gab? You got something to tell us?
No, but remind me what this was.
It was the 2020 album that he shot it he filmed it in Nashville.
Yes.
And your dad was nowhere. They had some other bald, thin guy on the organ, on the piano, on the keyboards.
The opposite of my dad. He was working on the musical when they filmed that.
Oh, they're doing a musical?
Yeah.
No, he's doing
not
the
he's
musical.
not. My dad's doing the musical.
Yeah, don't send Colin down a path where he's going to start spreading the thing that Bon Jovi's doing a musical called "Shot Through the Heart."
Ooh, I like it.
What's that about, Bobby?
What would "Shot Through the Heart" be about?
Yeah.
It'd be about a young man that grew up in Asbury Park with a dream, and it was about to come true. But then all of a sudden, he got a girl pregnant, and
is this about Rich Boss?
Yeah, it's a story about Rich Boss. Shot through the heart. That's fucking crazy. You know what's funny about the Tonight Show, though, Colin? I feel bad for all these guys now because I've been watching a lot of old Carson. I've been watching a lot of like Don Rickles and Foster Brooks, and the roasts are now available. You know, 15 years ago, you had to stay up until 3 a.m. till that commercial came on. Get all the Dean Martin roasts right now for $9.95 a month. And you'd have to, type in your fucking credit card and hope that the shit came. But now everything's on YouTube, and I've been watching them. And Carson was, they say it, but Carson knew how to let somebody be funny. And he was funny too. He knew when to throw his shit in. He could take a hit. He would take a good hit.
Yes. I agree. He would take the hit and he would throw back. He wasn't competitive. You know what I mean? He knew he was the guy and he let it be like that. He didn't try to push it.
Yeah. And when he did push it, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like the time when Don Rickles hosted the show, broke Johnny's cigarette holder. The next night, he came back and he saw a cigarette fucking thing broken, and stupid Rickles was filming next door, and he walked next door to the studio while they were taping. Walked in and what's this? And then Rickles goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny." He goes, "They know who I am."
Right. Yep.
Like, I made you, stupid.
Yep.
That was the fucking best. That reminds me, those days with all those guys reminds me most of us.
Yeah. Tough crowd.
Tough crowd. Reminds me of tough crowd.
Opie and Anthony.
Bing.
Yep.
Keep going.
We used to have a lot of fun like that,
Keep going. There's one more you missed.
No, that's it. YWKD.
Oh my! You don't even know the name of my podcast?
You know what, dude?
YWD.
YKWD. Well,
I'm not a stupid radio show in Cincinnati. YKWD, you fucking ass.
What about the yeah? And remember, even at the cellar, Bob, we'd go back and forth when you were on stage or I was on stage. like we had a vibe going there for a minute, you know?
Well, yeah, if you walked in, yeah, it was the best. You could say something to somebody on stage and not ruin their set.
That's right.
And not fuck them up. It was almost welcome.
Yeah.
If I saw you walk through, I'd say something to you, you'd say something back. And it was almost it was like, yeah, this is great. Let's do it. We liked it because it was spicing up our set a little bit. Because we've already done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my favorite. Walking through when Voss was on.
Yeah.
You know, or Keith. If Keith's on, he'll just be like, look at this. I remember he's called me fat. And then he offered me $1,000 cash if I could button my outer shirt. And I couldn't.
You tried?
Of course I tried. I fucking take money.
Yeah, $1,000.
I took $1,000 from Kevin Hart once.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I was doing Opie and Anthony, and he walked in and he goes, God damn it, Bobby, what the fuck happened to you? Holy shit. And he took $1,000. I goes, here, man, you need some money. And I took it and left.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I never do that.
Yeah. I took it. I remember when his goons, his security was looking at me, and I just walked right. I went right home and I gave it to Dawn. I go, here's $1,000. She goes, what'd you get this for? I go, Kevin Hart basically called me fat and disheveled, and he gave me $1,000 like I was homeless.
That's great. 1,000 too.
1,000. Yes, well, people are talking to.
I remember one time Voss was on stage at the Cellar, and this girl walks by, cute girl, and he goes, hey, miss. She goes, I know, can you buy me a house? And keeps walking to the bathroom. Because that was his big pickup line. Can I buy you a house? She did it perfect time. She goes, I know, can you buy me a house? And walk to the bathroom.
Lou brings up a good point. Will Tough Crowd ever come back?
That's a great point, Lou. Thanks for bringing it back. Well, it's I would probably say no. The odds are really bad for it happening.
Were they ever good in the last couple of years?
If anyone tried to get me to do it, Bobby did. He gave it full effort, but I don't know. I'm just not. I don't know why. It just irritates me thinking about it. You know
why?
I don't know. I don't know. But it really does.
I don't. Nobody gets. I mean, can I be honest with you? I don't understand. If you bring up Tough Crowd or doing it in any way with you, you hang up on me.
Right. Well, you have brought it up many times. You brought it up like 10 times, 20 times.
Yeah, because everybody wants it. It's like, don't you feel like Tough Crowd? And I'm being honest. Don't you feel like Tough Crowd is needed right now?
Yeah, to an extent I do. I mean, I'd say the past couple of years I've started to feel like, a place like that should exist, of course, you know.
And don't you feel like the way you did it, because look, some shows or some comics take it too far. They go way overboard to prove a point, say whatever you want. It's like, all right, dude, I get it, fine, but I think Tough Crowd walked that line. It was always funny, right?
I think you got to watch Tough Crowd again. I don't think you realize. But it was always funny. But I wouldn't say it always walked that line. I mean,
all right, if Tough Crowd,
put it this way.
Yeah.
The episodes I give you as an example, I won't give you as an example.
Okay. Well, maybe. Okay. Well, Butter King has a question though. Maybe we do this. When is this going to happen? Mush will bring it up. Is remote control ever going to come back? That's all right. Right. Don't hang up.
Don't hang up. Don't hang up.
Because I know when Colin gets a mood swing. I know when he gets a mood swing. And I know he probably didn't have a snack or some type of sugar treat today. And he's
treat.
You're wrong about that. No, here's what bothers me with the remote control thing. It bugs me. Because I don't mind. What bothers me is when people go, hey, I remember remote control. And it's like, all right, don't. Here's what bothered me since remote control's been off. People that go, I remember you from remote control, like it was some off-Broadway play that only 11 people saw. Yes, it was on 3 times a day on MTV during the height of MTV. We all know what it was. But
right.
Remote control can never come back because Kenny died. Ken Ober was very underrated as a guy that did. He was so quick. People got used, like he had to do all that information on the show, the questions and he had to do all that stuff and still be funny. So people were like, oh, he has to do this straight. He was so funny in the middle of doing, I couldn't do all that information every day. He would just, he was really an amazing guy. I mean, you know him from Tough Crowd, right?
Yeah, no, he was one of the EPs, right?
He was a great guy. Yeah, he was the EP and he asked me questions at the end of every episode. He'd be off camera and we'd do a review of the episode. Yeah. And he was funny at that, you know.
A lot of people don't know that you wrote every monologue yourself.
I did it. Yeah, I wrote every monologue.
Because me and Verzi were having a debate last week on Calter and Kelly because people got called out for having writers.
Yeah, I called in during the debate, remember?
Right, yeah. You called in, right? And you feel the same way as Verzi because you wrote all your shit, even on Tough Crowd. Didn't they try to get you help on the monologues?
Not only did they try to get me help, I needed help, but I still wanted to write them myself. Many of those monologues were very spotty.
All right. I want to be honest about this too. You were so good to me back then. You were so, almost too good. You were so nice to me back then. And we weren't as close as we are now, of course, but we were friends.
Yeah.
But you tried to get me to be a writer on the show.
Yes.
And you had me sent a packet in.
And you did a good job, You
did a very good job.
You had Keith.
What's that? Oh,
you had Keith, you had Norton, you had Patrice as writers.
But here's what I always liked about Bob. Bob actually took it seriously and did the work. These other motherfuckers, Keith Robinson, Patrice O'Neill, Jim Norton, these guys, we had like a test thing when the show first started. You were still in LA. They had like these test weeks. These guys show up. I walk in. They look at me. They like, you'd think they'd be like, oh, well, let's pretend to write. Just look at me like this. I look on the computer, porn, early days of porn. And then like, just no respect whatsoever. Just handing me in like sheets of pen, just like literally and I used to try to explain to them the psychology. I go, you guys are literally treating me like I'm your manager, like I'm some figurehead. I'm a comedian like you. I'm a fucking asshole too. Do you think I'm going to stand for this on the fucking show? Get the fuck. I go, you guys think I'm like like they would start treating me like the boss. It's like a psychological state you go into like, oh, he's the dick that we don't fucking. I said, get the fuck out of here. It was unbelievable. Just because I did them a favor and tried to get them writers. They were like, and like any comedians, I understand this part. If they have a good joke, they're going to dock it for their own self, It didn't work out, to put it mildly.
You fired them.
Yeah.
Right. Was Voss ever a writer?
I fired them all. No, Voss was not a writer. But I always loved Voss, despite the fact that he treated me, rather badly. I always liked Voss. I always thought this guy's funny.
What do you mean he treated you badly? Why did you? What are you talking about?
He just had like, I told you he doesn't remember any of it. The first time I saw him, he's with this guy Frankie Bastille, and they just swagger into this Jersey one-nighter like two kings. And I was like, Frankie Bastille was a king. Voss was not a king. He was the sidekick. He was Frankie Bastille's sidekick. He was probably his driver.
Now he's Bonnie's sidekick.
Now he's Bonnie's. But they walked in and they're both just, walk around, attitude. But Frankie Bastille had the attitude. Frankie Bastille went on after me that night. I bombed. It was a one-nighter in Jersey. Frankie Bastille, who had a black heart tattooed over his chest, over his heart. And he's a Vietnam vet. And he goes on stage and he goes, this is like a rowdy crowd, Jersey one-nighter. And he goes, you fucking people, you didn't laugh at that fucking guy. You know how funny I fought in Vietnam for assholes like you to sit here and not understand his fucking jokes. I feel like I'm the asshole now. And the crowd's like, holy shit. He was crazy. And then next time I see Voss, I did this comedy, like I was trying to do like a haiku of this one. It wasn't my whole act. It was like a poem, but it was jokes set up backwards. So I go on stage at Caroline's. I do the jokes. Doesn't do the well. But it was a fucking Tuesday night. I'm trying something out. I get off stage. Next thing I know, the next act or the MC gets up. I don't do poems, folks. I do fucking jokes.
Oh.
I go, who's this fucking asshole, Rich Voss? But I always liked him because just something about him. Like I knew 10 guys like him growing up. So I always felt at home. He's like, but yeah. So when I did Tough Crowd, I was like, oh, I loved having Voss on because he was funny as hell. You know what I mean?
He was funny. He was so mean, though. So fucking mean.
Yes, he was mean. Well, so were you. So was I. Everybody's mean.
I mean, the meanest on the show was Patrice, though.
Absolutely. Meaner than Nick.
Meaner than Nick. Meaner than Nick DiPaolo, which is saying something.
Nick would be doing his jokes, and maybe once in a while, if somebody got in his eye line, he'd be fucking. He was like, Nick was more like a dog where he wouldn't attack, but if you got too close to the leash, he'd bite you and then fucking let you go away. But Patrice would try to cut you off. He'd be like looking around, and you should see people trying to do their fucking thing on the show like this. And they're like, why is this giant black man staring at me and giving me the feeling? And he'd just be like, he was. He was like royalty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just looking down. Just his mind. And then he'd just be like, oh. And just it's so much worse. He was just shy of going, shh. He knew he couldn't say that to the other comedians. He would say that.
He did. He would do that.
He would say that to people in the cellar. A table of nice soccer moms having a few laughs. Suddenly, shh.
The whole restaurant would shut down.
That's why Confederacy of Dunces, which you refuse to read, which Mush loves. You read Confederacy of Dunces, Gabby?
I bought it. I haven't finished it yet.
But Bob, it's
save it for when you want to go sleep. If you ever had one night where you get insomnia, open up that book. It'll fucking put you right out.
It's Patrice.
Okay, but I've talked to a bunch of people who will remain nameless, who you've told about that book, and they've all come back and goes, yeah, you know what? I fucking try. I got 2 pages. I had to shut it.
Yeah,
everybody that I've talked to except for Mush. Okay. It's key. You can't get through it.
Who besides Calta?
I'm not telling you, but the other people.
Nobody else.
Oh, no. There's other people that were like, yeah, that book stinks.
Norton loves it.
Norton, he don't count. He's from another planet. Right? He's got nobody else in his life. Of course, he's reading shit.
He read it like 12 years ago. He loved it.
I like that book, Bobby. Lou, I know you like that book because Colin liked that book, and you love Colin. Right now, if Colin said, stop listening to this show, you would. If Colin told you. Thank you very much, Greg. It's a horrible book, boring as shit. Thank you, Greg. Bobby, it's a fucking book. I fucking hate that book. It's boring as shit. Oh my
Well, it's
God.
a story. It's the closest you get to Patrice. If anybody wants to really understand Patrice, they should read that book.
Well, can you explain the book? Just give me what the fuck it's about, because I couldn't get through the first fucking chapter.
It's a fat, overeducated mama's boy who doesn't want to leave his house, and his mother forces him because they run out of money. She forces him to go out and get jobs. But even when he's working, he's just better than everybody else. He looks down on them, but they all want to kill him. And he just causes havoc wherever he goes.
And when does this take place?
New Orleans, like 1960s, early 60s.
Yeah.
All right, I have it in the house. I keep it in a drawer, and I keep extra cash in it to hide from Dawn.
Yeah.
That's
It's carved. The center is carved out, and there's a gun in it.
That's what that book is. I literally keep cash that I hide from my wife in that book. I swear to God, it's in that drawer for, almost 13 years, 14 years I've had that.
How much cash is in there?
I'm not telling you that. If you guess, I'll give it to you.
It's the $1,000 that Kevin Hart gave you.
I say it's 400.
$400?
That's it.
What are you nuts? Get out of here.
1,400.
No, not 1,400. Go ahead, Gabby.
$3,000.
Nope.
Higher or
a lot.
What?
Higher or lower?
I'm not telling you that because you get a bunch of people that I don't know. They're gonna rob my fucking house.
I know exactly
you know
where
what?
it is.
They'll take the money. They'll take the money and leave that stupid book behind too. Confederacy of dunces. Ugh, fucking Dewey.
Mush is great, right?
Dewey.
What's that?
Mush is great, right?
I love it. It's a great book.
Yeah, because it's his story too. Then, if you're describing it, it's
Mush, are you a mama's boy?
Yes, you're living in your mother's house.
Yeah, but I'm not with her. She's at her own house somewhere.
Yeah, but she made you leave.
Where are you in El
Yeah.
Paso?
No, I'm in San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Gabby,
Well,
you got to read that book, and now I'll change the subject, but it's ridiculous.
Listen, I have the book. It's on my nightstand. I read the first chapter, and then I was like,
exactly. Your book stinks. Your book stinks.
the first chapter is bad, Colin.
Yeah,
The first chapter is the roughest one.
So tell us that. You told me that 15 years ago. Skip to chapter 2. Maybe I could have made it.
You can't skip it. I just gave you the perfect way to enjoy the book. It's Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah.
Does it say motherfucker?
Mush, do you agree with that?
I would say that, yeah. The first chapter is really long, and there's a lot of not exposition, but it's all like character development for later.
Yeah, you need it.
You know how hard it is to open that book and be like, Colin Quinn wants me to read this book and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, I'm supposed to learn something from this.
That's the worst part, Gabby, is that when he told me, now look, of course I love Colin. I look up, but we're friends now. You know what I mean? It's a little our relationship. But back when he told me to read that book, that was like fucking, a cult leader telling me to do something. It's like, whatever you want. I remember I went and got it. My wife was like, I don't read. She goes, what are you doing? I go, Colin, I said, I got to read this book. And I remember sitting down and in the bed, and I had my little lamp on, and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get through it. And my eyes kept doing this. I'm reading 4 nights in a row. And then I finally went, you know what? I'm going to have to fucking never bring this book up again, because I'm never going to tell him this book stinks until I knew we were going to be friends. Now it stinks. All right. I will take my money and put it in the other book I don't read, Jim Norton's book that's in my thing. And I'll try to read this book. No, the second.
The first book, I told you, I was reading it. I had just gotten LASIK surgery. I was in pain. But of course, Norton, he's like, hey, man, I need you to write a forward for this. Could you do it? I go, okay, when? Can you do it in the next 2 days? Why are you I just had LASIK surgery. I started reading that book, Happy Endings. I could not. It's still one of the funniest books ever written. Yeah. I was laughing crying because you know it's all true stories.
Yeah, I
So
know.
funny.
Yeah,
book
he.
was crazy. Lou, did you ever read that book? Norton's first book.
I love that you're yelling into the microphone like she's going to talk back.
Hey, Lou.
You know, hey, Lou, did you hear me? I'm going to talk louder. She doesn't have a mic. She's not in the room, you asshole. That doesn't make a difference.
Well, I feel like she's like the fifth Beatle.
I remember when you got people. I don't know if they know this story, but I remember when you got LASIK surgery.
Yeah.
We were doing a road gig,
Yeah.
and I had picked you up at your house because I had a car, and I would open for you once in a while, and I picked you up, and you had these fucking Spencer for hire sunglasses on that you bought at a bodega or somewhere on the way there because you looked like a fucking asshole. And I remember we were driving out and I was like, what's up with the stupid glasses? Because, if you travel with Colin, he needs somebody to be there because he's disheveled. Like a shoelace is untied. He's got notes. He's got a jacket. Everything is he's kind of, clamoring. He's just, he's like Al Pacino in that, an early film, just holding a bunch of shit, trying to get somewhere. He gets in the car. He's all disheveled. He's got these dumb glasses. I go, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, what? I got LASIK surgery. I got to have glasses. We're driving on the highway. I took them off his face and threw them into the highway.
Why did you do that?
Because Gabby, the fact that he didn't care, he's literally a star at this time. He is a star. He's living in a penthouse apartment up on a high rise in a doorman building in Midtown Manhattan. He's on TV. He's making a ton of cash. He's got money, and he fucking bought a $4 pair of fucking weird sunglasses. And I'm like, what the fuck? And
they were $4 too.
And I remember I made you throw your sneakers away once too.
Yeah. No, just because I had all these cheap. Those weren't cheap. It's just I had so many. I wasn't even using them. They were from the show. I just took them.
He fucking showed up corduroy brown sneakers. Remember those?
Yeah. The show was trying to get stylish. I had a lot of bad things like that,
You came out of your apartment with corduroy brown sneakers. I made him take them off and I threw them on the wire, on the fucking phone wire.
Yeah.
I always wanted to know what happened to this.
What's that?
I always wanted to know what happened to that jacket.
I mean, I wore it after that special. I don't know. I had it for a while, but I don't know where it is now.
You look like the guy from The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg, his brother, Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was I was remembering the when we went to Iraq the other day. I was really going through it. I saw somebody with the friendship coins. Remember those? Do you still have yours? So you want to take another swig of ice? I mean, you have any ribbon candy you want to eat during this podcast? When you go over in Iraq and you go to a base, they give you a coin from that base, correct?
Yeah.
And we were doing 2 to 3 bases a day.
Yeah.
And we collected all these coins. Remember how sick I was?
Yes.
I got all right.
Well, what am I supposed to add? Yes. Woo, you were really.
You remember now people aren't going to believe this, but you're gonna back me up right now. Do you remember when we saw the werewolf?
Yes. It was a half liger, half whatever it was.
It was
what are you talking about?
We saw a werewolf in Iraq.
Saddam Hussein was like creating hybrid tiger lion combinations.
It looked like it had a man chest. Remember?
Yeah.
This animal, we're in this van inside of Saddam's palace, and they were transporting us, and it was this little like I don't know, kind of what a travel van, and we're in it. All of a sudden, it stops, and this animal walked in front of the fucking van, and it was look half human. It had like a man chest, and like a wolf back, and like some weird lion head. It was fucking nuts.
It's crazy.
And I remember we went like this. What was that? To the Marine, and he was like, "I have no fucking idea."
Yep.
Crazy.
Really. And they said beforehand there might be these things, but that we didn't think we were going to see that. It was really weird.
Well, that's when we got off in Baghdad. The guy walks up, "Hey, be careful of the lions."
Yes.
Because they had a zoo here. They let all the animals out when they ran away, and we still haven't caught the lions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was crazy. I got so sick. I could have died from that. Did you know that?
No.
I talked to somebody after, and they were like, "Oh, you had the crud." That's what they call it, the crud, where all the sand and all the shit goes up into your sinuses and gives you an infection. And it went into my fucking head and my ears. And I remember I blew my nose in a towel, and it was all brown when I was done with it.
Ugh.
And that's when those Secret Service guys, remember those guys we were staying with in that little bunk?
Oh
inside
yeah,
the palace?
they were badasses.
One of them was like, "Here, take this." I go, "What is it?" He goes, "Don't worry about it, and don't tell anybody I gave it to you. Just take it." And I took it. Next day, gone. Everything done.
What do you think it was?
It had to be some type of penicillin, crazy, fucking kill everything in your body.
That they only give to like the president when he has to go, give like a speech when there's a whatever. Yeah, that was like a serious thing.
Serious thing.
Well, how about when the plane with Steve Byrne? Me and Steve Byrne are sitting there, and they said if something shoots up, that means we're going to be attacked. If this light goes off, that means they're shooting at us in the plane.
Yeah.
So the light went off, and and I look at Steve and I go, "At least I made it. We'll never know if you would have made it."
How about me? How about me when I looked at the guy? I was like, the lights shut off. They shot the flares out of the back of the plane. Right. And I was like, "Oh my God, take a picture of me with the sunset." He goes, "That's a rocket. Just got shot at us. So I can't do that."
Yes.
Oh my God. That was one of the funnest trips ever.
Greatest.
We went twice, right?
Yeah.
Who'd we go with the first time?
Me, you, and Steve Burns.
Right. And then we went to Japan with Nick.
With me, you, and Nick.
Ugh. It was a fucking nightmare.
Why?
But it was fun. Japan, you could not have picked a worse thing. We went to every place in Japan except the cities. We went in every part of Japan by train, and we went all over except the cities. We didn't get to Tokyo or the other places. It was crazy.
No, we went to all the bases, and we had to fly, but in Japan, the planes go like this. They just take off straight up because of the mountains. And then they don't, there's a weird thing in Japan. They just go by the rules no matter what. Like I remember when I was in the bathroom, I was taking a dump on the plane, and the thing went bing, "Please go back to your seats," or whatever. And I was still shitting and just, sir, you got to get back to your seat. And they would not stop knocking. They just kept knocking until I got out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, they were fucking great. That was a great trip.
They have a shitting culture, They're big on they have advanced toilets.
Now they do. Back then they didn't.
Right.
Now they do. That's when you accosted a swan. You yelled at you.
Well, do you remember the time we went to the restaurant and the guy goes, he's looking at us, and then I just turned and smacked you in the face, and the guy goes, "Hi." I go, my friend, he would like to say something. Whack. And he goes, hi. Like he approved. And then Bobby maybe, yeah. And that Swan still gets me in trouble. Don't even bring it up.
All right, relax. Remember we fought? We actually fought.
Yeah. On that
Physically?
fun thing.
Yeah, we had a physical fight.
Who won?
It was like an MMA fight.
It was an MMA fight.
Yeah, 'cause people don't know about Colin. Colin likes to throw down. Okay, he's from Brooklyn. He likes to throw down. And we were in Japan, and they had a pit where the Marines would train. It was all like chewed up tires. So we went into the pit, and then he starts fucking grabbing me and throwing me around. And he wants to fight. He just wants to fight. So we're literally having a real fight in this pit. And it's not even joking. Like, he gets me down, then I got him down. Then some, I think you choked me. And then, and he's laughing.
Yeah.
What?
You got the better of me.
Well, that's because I tied your shirt around your neck and I wrapped your arms up.
Yeah.
That's a trick I learned in Boston when you fight, a little hockey trick. If someone has a shirt, you wrap it around their neck and tie their arms up.
Yeah.
You're like this.
That's a judo trick.
Yeah. And then how about I remember when you punched me in the side of the head.
When? Oh, driving to Penn State. Right.
Yeah, doing 70 down the highway, drinking a hot coffee, and you punched me in the side of the temple.
What'd you say?
Nothing. We were just playing games. We just thought that was funny. It was like Three Stooges shit, you know. Just attack each other. And
dude, fucking A.
I know. But that was the same trip. To give an idea of how much we wanted to eat, we stopped at a supermarket to get food for the trip. It was a 4-hour drive, a supermarket. We had boxes of crackers and treats.
Somebody wants to know what came first, the cop show story or Bobby's outfit?
What's that? Oh, the story? Well, I was planning. I told Bob the first time I did Cop Show, I have this character. You got to come on the show. And he was doing sex and drugs, so he couldn't make it the first year.
Yeah.
I was like, this character, I planned that from the beginning. Sister Pig.
Really?
Yeah.
And most people don't know that she's a real character. She's a real person.
Well, that was a human trafficker named Sister Ping. Sister Ping, and he was more of a, a global type of globetrotter, drug smuggler, and
I've watched that so many times.
You have?
I can't get enough of the lip gloss that Bobby is wearing.
Yeah, his lips look very luscious that day. I like when he's giving that hateful look to the acting teacher.
Oh, that wasn't acting. A lot of that. This is what people don't realize. When I was yelling at Keith, it was not acting.
No.
People are like, oh, you're such a great actor. I was so mad at Keith because he couldn't fucking remember his dumb lines, and he kept calling me Mr. Ping.
Yeah, not only that, he was Mr. Ping. It's like the whole point of Sister Ping.
If you watch the clip when I'm yelling at him, you could see him laughing because I'm fucking screaming at him for real. It's Sister Ping, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, people still bring up that episode to me all the time. That episode really resonated with people.
It was one of the best things. One of the funnest and best things I've ever done.
Yeah, a Cop Show I like. Cop Show I would do again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to me that even this year with all the stuff you couldn't film, you couldn't do stuff. Why somebody wouldn't pick up Cop Show as like an interstitial, or even it's so easy to make and so cheap to make. It wasn't that expensive.
It was literally it was dirt cheap. It was literally what Quibi's supposed to do, and we offered it to them, and they turned it down.
Unfucking believable. Unbelievable.
Already pre-made. We offered them to just have Quibi. You know what I mean? Yeah, here he is. Mr. Ping.
Look at him. Look at Keith's. That's how I see Keith all the time in my head.
That face.
I believe that if you had to close your eyes and then someone said envision Keith Robinson, that would be the face right
So
there.
true.
Just fucking. You're gonna play it, or were we just looking at a photo? What are we doing?
Are legal to kill Sister Ping.
When you say exotic snow leopards, are there run-of-the-mill snow leopards?
What are you trying to say, Sister Ping?
I'm trying to say you're dumb.
Oh, come on. Quit calling me Sister Ping. It's annoying. Let Kanye go.
They'll throw the case out of court immediately.
You disgust me as an Asian and as a woman.
And cut. Good. I think we're getting there.
Stuff that makes me my favorite line right there. Just that fucking as an Asian and a woman. The fact that you threw that in there, it's so brilliant.
My favorite is when the director goes, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there.
Oh my God, I fucking hate this business.
I do too, because that show, I would if I had my if I had the if they let me do that show, I would, believe me, it would have turned into Tough Crowd.
The show.
Yes. It would have been a hybrid of a show and Tough Crowd.
So that's interesting you say that. So that maybe the evolution of Tough Crowd would have been that.
Well, I would have tried to make it that, yeah, and I think that was on his way to being that. I mean, we had you, we had Keith, we had Norton playing a rat. Remember? And it was so funny because he showed up and we're like, we have no rat. We didn't have money for a rat costume. There's no, but we couldn't put him in a rat costume, but I wanted a sweater. And this guy comes up with this sweater and it looked just like a rat's skin. He found it in some little store in Brooklyn. And it was like a rat sweater.
I remember that episode. It was fucking great.
Oh,
no one was great in that.
It was so annoyed. And once again, Keith annoying him.
Oh, Keith just fucking annoys everybody. Keith on set anywhere is a fucking Keith at the movies is annoying. I remember we would go to the movies, that fucking Keith movie night that he used to put on, and he would be you'd go and it'd be a Marvel movie, so it's us and then these nerds that have been waiting a lifetime to see fucking Captain America or Star Wars or whatever to come to light, and it would be Keith would just boo the fucking the screen. Yeah. He would boo. I remember we went to see Batman versus Superman, and he booed Batman. He was like, "Boo!" and they were like, "What the fuck?" He's the worst. He's the worst.
He is the ultimate troll. He was trolling before the internet.
Yeah, he really is a bad fucker. Now, we do an extra 10 minutes on this show. If you don't mind hanging out.
Sure.
It's an extra 10. But I mean, and I don't want you to fucking get mad. Would you let somebody else do Tough Crowd? Would you produce it?
No. I mean, they could do whatever they want. People could do a version of it. They've done versions of it. I mean, I don't care, But I mean, calling it Tough Crowd, they can even use the title. I don't give a damn, you know what I mean? But it's like,
what if Keith, Norton, Voss, and me did Tough Crowd? We called it Tough Audience.
You say audience so weird.
Audience.
Yeah, would you be mad at that?
No, you guys could do that.
You seem like I don't like how you just turned into fucking Breakfast at Tiffany's. No, you can do that. Whatever.
You're welcome to do it. No, I don't care. I mean, if you guys want to do it, it's fine with me.
You don't care. You wouldn't be mad if me, Norton, Keith, and Rich Voss and a bunch of some of the other people did Tough Crowd.
No.
I don't fucking believe you.
Why?
I don't believe you.
Why?
I don't believe you. I think you'd be like, what the fuck? Fuck them.
No way. You kidding me? You think I'm going to hold on to Tough Crowd and be like, hey, it was this? You guys, I don't give a damn.
You wouldn't want to be part of it at all?
No.
Wow.
It was what it was at the time. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? It's,
Yeah, I think people have a hard time letting go of it because it was such a special show. And right now, if that show came on right now, I guess a version of it would be what? Politically incorrect?
Well, that was on before Tough Crowd.
Right. So you stole it from Bill.
Yes.
Okay.
But you could say Bill stole it from, the McLaughlin group, or, there's always a bunch of shows like that,
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go over some news topics with you in the extra 10 and get your and see where you're at with these. Get your take on the news topics. Before you go, what's your snack tonight?
I already had my snack. It was a half of one of those bars that you got me going to, with a slice of Wegmans vanilla ice cream. I'd like to do a commercial right now, an unpaid endorsement for Wegmans vanilla. All these other vanilla flavors. Every time I look up, which I do look up, top 10 vanilla ice creams, I see 10 different kinds, and I never see Wegmans. Wegmans is the best. It's not too rich. Haagen-Dazs and those places, they try, and the elite vanillas try too hard. So they're like, all right, we get it. You're vanilla and you're thick and rich. And then the other ones don't try hard enough. Wegmans is right in the middle. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Wegmans, it is. There are certain levels of vanilla ice cream, and I believe, I don't know if it's an old thing. I'm getting older, but vanilla ice cream is my favorite. You know what I got into that I found that I wish I never found? It's called what is it called? It's a hard shell. It's liquid, and you pour it on the ice cream and it hardens.
Oh, the magic shell?
Magic shell. So basically you have ice cream, you pour the syrup on, it's liquid, and then when it gets cold, it turns into solid.
I love how you're just finding this.
Yeah. I mean, it's got the cherry in the middle when you order it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What?
No, those are cherry cordials.
No, that's a tartufo.
Tartufo is the best.
That is tartufo is my favorite ice cream at an Italian restaurant. If they have tartufo, I know the place is legit. Tartufo, because it's half vanilla, half chocolate, cherry in the middle, chocolate outside. Boom! You can't fuck around with that.
Yep. And if you tested that cherry, there is nothing organic in that cherry. There's nothing.
It's not a whole. It's not even a whole cherry. Sometimes it's like a half a cherry, right? Yeah. I one time picked the tartufo up and took a bite out of it like an apple, like an ice cream chocolate vanilla apple.
That's awesome.
Great.
It's so good. I get mad when they cut it in half. Some of the restaurants will cut it in half. I'm like, don't cut it. I want the ball. I want the fucking ball. Because when you cut it, you're actually taking a few atoms out of it. You're some of it on that fucking knife.
Well, it's releasing the oxygen, which is not good for the taste, probably.
No.
Hey, but what were you saying? Is that there's a way to make your own tartufo now?
Okay, well, it's called Magic Shell. It looks like chocolate syrup, right? Comes in a bottle, chocolate. You have to shake it, and then you get your vanilla ice cream, right? Put it in your bowl. You pour the syrup on top, and it hardens like a tartufo.
How long does it take?
Fucking seconds. By the time, there you go.
Yeah, you can do that at Dairy Queen.
By the time you hit the couch, it's hardened milk chocolate.
Wow.
Oh, dude. So fucking good.
I want ice cream right now.
Yeah. I want that candy bar. I got you the Milka. It's called Milka. You ever have a Milka? I told Colin to get Milka. I got it from Aruba at the duty free. Every time we leave the duty free, I get one of these. It's a chocolate bar with a biscuit inside.
Oh my God.
It's amazing. Like I tried it. I took a bite and first I felt the chocolate. And I was like, this is all right. Then when you get to the whole combination of the flavor, it's like it blows your mind.
It's too much. How many do you have left?
It's hard to say.
That's it. That's it right there. Oh my fucking Lord. That is the best. It's real milk chocolate. I believe real sugar, not this corn syrup shit they put in America. American chocolate stinks. That right there, my friend, with the biscuit in the middle, a little marshmallow.
Yeah.
Holy
I've had that actually.
It is the fucking best.
Great.
The best. All right. What do you got going on? Do you have any shows or anything?
I have shows coming up. Bridgeport at the Stress Factory. I'm gonna do.
That's a fun place.
I'm gonna do the Cellar for a couple of days. I put it with SD 2 days ago. And
really, what day?
Friday and Saturday of whatever the first couple of Friday and Saturday days that it starts.
Oh my! Are you excited?
Yeah, I mean I've been on it so long. I don't know. I don't feel excited though, but I feel like it's going to be interesting to go on. It's going to be weird, you know.
You're behind plexiglass, you know that, right?
Yeah, but that's upstairs. Is downstairs plexiglass too?
I hope not. He's got to take that plexiglass down. We don't need that.
Yeah,
you don't need plexiglass. Come on, that 6 feet thing is bullshit. They just made that up. That doesn't mean shit.
It's like being. You ever see Hardcore with George C. Scott? That '70s porn movie where his daughter's in. Yeah,
yes,
that's what the plexiglass is like.
Shut it off! Shut it off!
Yep.
That one?
Yep.
Oh.
That's what that plexiglass reminds me of.
Yeah, I don't like I feel like a peep show.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. And so you're gonna be at the Cellar, and then the first week it's open, which I'm excited about. And then we should do lunch soon.
Now that it's free, yeah, let's do it.
You got the vaccine, you're good to go?
I'm good to go. I'm getting the second one tomorrow.
Perfect. I hope you don't drop.
I heard it's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah,
Mush, you got sick, right?
I got a little sick. Greg Stone got really sick. So did Mike Feeney.
Wow.
Mike Feeney got the one shot though.
Gabby, you sick?
No, I got the first one. The first one actually made me feel weird. And then I get the second one in like a week and a half.
Did you get Pfizer or Moderna?
Pfizer.
Yeah, I got Pfizer too.
Me too.
I felt a little weird that night. My arm hurt like crazy.
So did mine, but I felt weird for like 2 days, then I was fine.
Yeah.
All right, Gabby, we're going to go to the extra 10 with Colin Quinn. We're going to go over a bunch of news topics, get his take on it, have a little more fun for the patreon.com people, patreon.com/Robert Kelly. So if you're not a member, go right now. Go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly, and you'll become one of the members, be a ladybug, and you can watch these shows live right now. They're in the room. All the ladybugs are there commenting, asking questions, and unedited. And you get the extra 10 only on patreon.com/Robert Kelly. You know what, dude? Gabby, what do you got?
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @Gabby'sBrian. I have a monthly newsletter that's just comedic essays I release every month. I'm releasing the next one in a week, so sign up.
I'd rather read Confederacy of Dunces.
Shut the fuck up. That's what it's called. Have you read the first one yet?
Yeah.
Lies.
Yeah.
Liar.
Was I in it?
Were you in it? No.
I am. Am I in any of them?
Maybe.
Am I or am I not?
You'll have to read.
I'm not reading them all. Did you do something to your lips? Did you get filler?
No, they look good though right now.
I gotta go. Mush, what do you got besides fucking COVID?
Follow me at Mike V. Suarez. I'll be with Bobby in Greenville, South Carolina at the Comedy Zone this weekend. And next weekend, I'll be at Addison Improv with Giannis Pappas. Oh, and also...
Just plug mine.
We got this coming on as well. So you guys want to check these out.
What is this? Oh yeah, here we go. Everybody, look, I'm wearing one right now. YKWD, new merch is up. It's beautiful t-shirts. We got the Coulter and Kelly t-shirt is up. You can get it in black and white, the new logo with the ladybug. You got the YKWD with the red and the black. And every shirt you buy comes with a sticker automatically. So don't you worry about those stickers. They come right to you if you buy a shirt. Yes, new merch is coming up. We got a bunch of stuff happening. So make sure you go there right now. It is Wearables. Wearables.com. I'm wearing this right now. It looks it's so comfortable. It's nice. The other shirt, he sent me the wrong size. I put it on. Dawn told me to take it off. I look ridiculous. But anyways, there you go. And go to my, this weekend, we are at where?
We are in Greenville, South Carolina at the Comedy Zone.
There you go. And then I'm at Hilarities the weekend after that. And then after that, I am all over. I'm in Chicago, Illinois. I'm in Illinois the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. And then I'm back here in PA at the Mon Chunk Opera House, Royal Grove, doing a show out. That's a fucking long chunk. East New Brunswick Mall, Paper Mill. I'm all over the fucking place. I got a bunch of shows, and you'll catch me at the Comedy Cellar is opening up very soon. Get your tickets to that, and we'll see you. We're going to the Extra 10 right now, dude. All right, so Colin, real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging in there. Usually you have a mood swing around 58 minutes.
I was having one because of all the promotion in the middle of my thing, but go on.
Well, I mean, you got to promote. I mean,
I know.
Have you listened to Andrew Schultz? You got to promote.
Let's get to the tens. 10
I mean,
and 10. What's it called? 10 and 10?
You're the only friend I know. You're the nicest guy in the world, but you do switch quick.
10 and 10s.
Bush, what do you got, Bush? Let's talk about it. We're doing some bad news right now with Colin Quinn. First up, right here. Did you hear about this one?
No.
This couple buys a home in California, and they refuse the person that, because there's a loophole, right, in the eviction moratorium in California. This is why California sucks. This is why everybody should leave that state and let it drop into the fucking ocean. Give it to the homeless people. Move the fuck out. Leave rich people and homeless people. Everybody else, get the fuck out. They bought a home. The person, because there's a loophole, all right, he's staying. He's not leaving.
I mean, that's psychotic that there's a loophole. And I mean, they're gonna have to light his bed on fire. I wonder if you'd go to jail if they did something like didn't kill him, but did something like that really hurt him, because that's what he deserves.
I mean, this wouldn't happen back in the day. In the day, someone would go in there, grab him, take him somewhere, beat the shit out of him, and that'd be dead, and all shit would be on the lawn, and then the house would be yours.
Yeah. They should, when he falls asleep, they should stab him in the legs with broken bottles.
Okay, Brooklyn.
Well, that is very Brooklyn. I mean, yeah, but why wouldn't you just? I mean, is it just him, Mush, or is it his family?
It's just him, from what I read on here. It's just under the COVID tenant situation. There's no evictions can happen.
Wow, that's terrible.
So this cocksucker is taking full advantage. He probably had to sell the house because he didn't have a job, didn't have the fucking money, got someone to buy his fucking house, and then said, aha, I'm keeping the money and I'm keeping the place until I'm goddamn good and ready to go. Go fuck yourself.
It's unbelievable, you know?
And the fact that the cops can't step in is nuts.
It's going to be a Hallmark movie, at least, you know? Shot in Canada. Some actors that you're like, I think I know one of them now. I thought I knew, but it just looks like somebody I know. Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Yes. Starring Blair from the Facts of Life, right? She's going to be the lady that won't leave, right?
You're like, oh, she holds up. She held up well. Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That is my biggest fear, is having something like that happen to me, because my rage, or my justice, my thing I have for justice would, I'd probably have to go to jail.
My cousin had a guy that was, a few years ago. So I'm sure the story's all right now. Anyway, I won't say where or who, but he had a guy that was from jail that wouldn't move out downstairs.
Oh,
So he brought another one of his friends, and they went down there, him and his friend, and the guy left. I just realized I can't tell the full version, but they left. He left.
He left on his own accord.
Oh, barely on his own accord.
I had a friend of mine. He had an apartment in New York, high rise, doorman building, and he rented it out because he moved to another apartment upstairs. He got so he had a lease on this, and he just rented that out because he got a better apartment upstairs. He rented it to the gypsies. He didn't know they were gypsies.
Oh.
And as soon as they move in, they were like, yeah, we're not paying you rent. And they were like, fuck, you can't, because the laws in New York City for the landlords and the sublet shit were just against him. So that he just stayed in the apartment and ran up around $10,000 worth of rent. And he had to pay it.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember he called me when he goes, dude, you have to come with me. I gotta go film this guy. And he had like a little spy camera. This is before cell phones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he went to the spy shop. Remember New York had a spy shop?
Yeah.
New York City back in the day had a spy shop, and you could go in and for $10 million buy a camera this big.
Yeah.
And he went in and he bought this camera, and he had it like on his lapel, and we had to go walk over and see this. And I get scared of gypsies, gypsies scare me because they don't care. You know what I mean? They just don't. No. And people don't believe in gypsies. Gypsies in New York City are nuts. They have their own way of living, and they will fucking stab you in the throat.
Yeah.
And we had to go down into the parking garage, and the guy was pulling up, and he saw us there, and he pulled up, and he just looks at us, and he's so alpha male, both of us. And it wasn't even that big. He was like, hey, what's up? And we were like, hi.
Hi.
And he's like, what do you want? What are you doing? We're like, nothing. Looking for our car. And he goes, yeah, looking for your car? Yeah. What do you want? And we're like, we're just looking for our car. He pushed out. We pushed out. He was talking so much shit, me and him, and then we'll get this guy. We'll fucking rough him up. Right. Okay. Bye-bye. He just fucking pulled away.
Well, maybe that guy, that sounds like a gypsy move. Maybe the guy that sold that house is a gypsy. Some of those gypsies have a lot of money.
Well, all the, it blows my mind that they have the best real estate in the world for their psychic readings.
Yes. So
I mean,
yeah.
I've never seen anybody get a psychic reading.
No, I've seen a couple of people.
I've never seen anybody. Yeah. And they have prime real estate. It's got to be $20,000 a month for that little office space.
Right.
And there's just some pseudo kind of hot chick out front in a weird dress that smells, right. Trying to get you to go in, trying to get you. Do you want reading? You're like, I kind of do. You're going to jerk me off?
Yeah.
All right. What's number 2, Mush?
We have a guy who got arrested after bringing his toddler into the elephant habitat.
I saw that.
What?
Got a video with it.
All right, let me watch this.
Can't play the sound because we're flagged.
Whoa!
Oh my God.
I'll do the sound. Oh!
Yeah. I'm not going to do it because it's too easy for the people in the chat.
You see that? Did you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. That's fucking unbelievable.
Can you imagine how dumb that guy is? Yeah.
But I don't understand. Like, it didn't look like it was hard to get in.
No.
So I don't really. I mean, he's an idiot, but it should be harder to do that.
Yeah. It looked like the elephant could tramp right through that stupid wire.
Yeah, it was harder to use Mrs. McGreevy's pool in the summer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That was too easy. But it was, it was ridiculous.
The only thing that sucks about is having a really good joke in here, because Mush laughs and then he dies. He almost dies every time at the end of the laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another half fence they had to jump over to get to that fence, and then they had to go up a little hill. But it did still seem a little easy to get to the elephant.
You know the guy's wrong when you're cheering the elephant. Like, yeah, tell him to get off your property, With my own race.
Yeah, but it sucks too, because your kid, as a kid, now your dad put you in that fucking dumb elephant video for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Do you think his wife found out that day or on the news?
Oh.
Do you think she saw that video on the news? Like, motherfucker.
You said the wife was filming it?
I'm pretty sure that's who was filming him. Like,
okay,
it looked like he's posing for a selfie. He's posing for a selfie or something.
Yeah.
Those people. He
was trying to take a selfie with the elephant behind him.
Yeah, this is another problem with cell phones, is that they put a 74 megapixel camera in everybody's dumb hand that has bokeh backgrounds and fucking whatever fusion you want to fucking put it. And now every dickhead wants to get a selfie with some crazy stupid cliff or a fucking animal. We showed the animal last week. They're at the drive-through safari, and they didn't lock the door, and the lion went over and just bit the door open.
What?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish that you got a picture with that werewolf though?
No, because I don't want to have to answer.
Because when you go to a selfie, you turn your back on animals. That's when they attack too. If you turn your back on a lot of animals, cougars, any of the cat family, they're like, that's it, get them.
Mm-hmm.
I like. That's why I love the videos where the fucking eagle comes down and a seagull just grabs the camera, or the monkey will take the camera and just take off, and then it's just a fucking video of the monkey's nuts jiggling for the next 10 minutes. Fucking assholes. Hello, good population control. Yeah, what a stupid idiot. Now you know what's going to happen? It's like when comics, when they open a brand new club and they have a green room with all free stuff, and you can have as much food and booze as you want. And then a bunch of dickheads roll in, drink too much alcohol, fucking ruin the TV. And then they're like, yeah, no more nothing for anybody. You get one meal and you get this little room. No more fucking video games because it's broken. You get no more snacks because the last comic took them all back to his room. Fucking now that poor elephant is going to be, they're going to put up some crazy electric fence that's going to hurt his knee every time he goes over to fucking get something by the fence. This asshole just ruined it for the elephant.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
This part of the video shows him almost drop his kid.
What?
This is look, it kind of spotlights it.
He dropped his kid. I don't think he dropped his kid. I think he threw his kid under the fence.
Oh, okay.
I would do the same thing. If an elephant was coming out, I'd fucking throw Max right over the fence. Oh, yeah. And the kid's a dumb too. If I tried to do that with Max, he'd be like, no.
Yeah.
No, we're just going to go over the fence and take a selfie. He'd be like, Dad, you're an idiot. No, I'm not going. You fucking, there's an elephant over there, stupid. I'm not doing it. All right, what's next?
The next thing I had was I can't think of the word even though it's right in front of me. The spring break curfew in Miami. Did you guys hear about that?
No, what?
I heard about it, yeah.
So they had to shut down Miami during spring break because everyone was crazy. So this was Miami last week. And
yeah, but
it was just all fights and craziness.
Yeah, listen, Florida doesn't care.
Well, the thing was the problem is it wasn't people from Florida; it was everyone from out of state ruining their city, their state.
Yeah, but that's what Florida's for.
That's true. It's like a meeting ground of idiots.
Yeah. Florida is for us to come and shit and piss in the streets and fucking finger fuck people on a beach. All right. That's what it was made for. It was a swampland, and we didn't want to do our deviant shit up here in the north. So we went down south to that fucking shithole, and we threw up, got drunk, fucked other people, jizz, shit, fought, did all that shit on that. And then we went home and we're humans again.
Yeah.
Right, Cole?
Well, I mean, I definitely did. I remember literally entering Florida. My first time there, 1979. Jesus. Entering with 3 of my friends in a car. As we enter, before we get to Jacksonville Beach, we're going down to, Daytona, of course, not spring break. We're just going down there. We're going to live there, Yeah. And she's hitchhiking, pulls over to the side of the road. We pick her up. She's wearing like barely any clothes. Like it was like a movie. Oh. We drive to the beach. She's like, "Where are you going?" Daytona. I'm going to Daytona. Of course you are. Yeah. My friend goes in the water with her.
Yeah.
Has sex with her. Literally, we met her 15 minutes ago in the water. One of our friends is a girl. She's going, "That's disgusting. That's fucking." And I'm like, "Yeah, what the fuck?" Meanwhile, I'm like, "Yeah, I hope, yeah." They get back in the car. We drop her off. It was like this weird, dream. And then, of course, my friend, 2 days later, he's buying crab medicine. And we're telling him, "Get in that shower, you disgusting pig,"
They didn't even go back to the ocean to their parents. They just
crabs don't having sex in the ocean. You're right.
Back to their parents.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, crabs are the worst. Let me just tell you, crabs. I've had crabs twice. I think from the same girl because I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Just to be sure, you had to check.
Dude, fool me once, exactly. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you again, you dirty hoe. Dude, I got it from a redhead in Boston. I should have known better.
Oh.
Well, the big problem in Miami wasn't college kids; it was adults going down for college spring break.
Well,
so it wasn't the kids; it was the adults fucking it up for everybody.
No, I don't understand that much. The kids.
I don't understand that.
Were the kids actually going, "Hey guys, calm down, settle down"?
No. Most of the arrests were people who weren't like college students. They were just out of state adults going to hang out and try to do stuff with college kids.
Whoa.
Do stuff.
He's getting
just
good.
Say fuck. Do stuff is worse.
Well, sometimes it's just hand stuff, Gabby.
You're right. Do stuff is worse.
What were you gonna say, Quinn? What were you gonna say?
Me?
Yeah, you. No. Oh, I thought you were trying to say something.
No.
Yeah, I guess that is ridiculous. I went down to Miami to film that TV show at Sherrod, and I remember it had to be 8 years ago, and I felt uncomfortable.
But wait a minute.
What?
Let me just stop mushing this story. Most of them were adults that went down to do stuff with kids. How do they know? The cops go, "What are you doing down here?" Are you a college student? No. Why are you down here?
He's 36. So.
To do stuff with college kids.
Oh, they're just all out in the street. It was just, I'm not. I guess that's not in the report. That's just what they're extrapolating from it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
extrapolating. My God, Mush, what's going on?
No wonder you like Confederacy of Dunces.
The only thing that's going to make that story better is if that fucking Andrew Schultz got crabs.
Oh, yeah. He lives there.
He lives down there now. That'd be fucking great. Just Schultz gets a nice case of the crabs.
Let me tell you something. Miami is gangster, though. I was down there a couple of years ago. Oh, my God. Boom. and this is like late afternoon. I was like, oh my God, it's just gangster. You could just see the streets. You hear you hear the cars, and you're like, oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on down there.
Yeah, Miami's a fucking weird town.
Yeah,
South Beach, all that shit. That's
It's weird.
to me.
It feels like a different country.
Yeah, it does. And they, you know, I've never ever been physically able to be down there on a beach and feel comfortable. I have a lake body.
Sure.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Shut up, Gabby. I'm not talking to you. Like I would be the guy on the beach. Oh, that would just make me feel I'd have some sunblock shirt on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is that it, Mush, right?
Well, the last one is a real fun thing. If you get your COVID vaccination, you can take your card to Krispy Kreme and they'll give you a free donut.
Adorable.
I saw that. I love that.
That makes me not want to get it. Now I know something's up. Now I know the government's involved.
Why? Because of the donut from Krispy Kreme?
Yeah. Yeah, that's just trying to get fat people down there. There's something up. Well, they're fighting getting the vaccine. Give them a free donut. These fat fucks will go.
But I don't understand. Now I'll speak. Do they have the Krispy Kremes at the location?
No,
Right,
you have to take your card to them. And it only works at an actual Krispy Kreme, not a gas station with the Krispy Kreme in it.
I'll say this. There's no Krispy Kremes around here, but if I happen to be, I have my card in my wallet anyway. If I happen to pass a Krispy Kreme, you know I'm throwing that card out and go, give me mine, man.
All right, well, listen, man. We're gonna wrap up. We got names right now, or we got it. Are we good?
Oh, we got names.
How many?
We've got 22.
All right, bring them up. Let's read them quick. Because Colin's done. You can see it in his eyes.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna go get that donut.
Oh, look at this. Hey, Colin, on the $10 ones, we give him a little something extra.
Oh.
Will you read the $10 ones and just you give them anything? Say whatever you want.
Make them
Ready?
big.
I'll read the $5 ones. Ready? Torrealm.
Torrealm.
What's going on? What are you doing, Mush?
Trying to make it bigger. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I got it. Torrealm.
No, I don't got it. Make it bigger.
Torrealm. Mike Marino. Trey. Gabe. Robert Draper.
Robert Draper's a $10 one. That's mine.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
Bob Draper.
Yes, very good.
That's all he gets.
What did you give the other people?
When I give Robert the $10 ones, I usually give him like a boo.
All right. How about this? Bobby D. What's up, Rob Draper?
Gabe, JV, Lauren Gerber. We got Mike, you're killing me. Ted Crap, Chris Lee. You're up, Colin.
Oh, Matty B in the morning. How you doing? What's up, Matty boy?
Bill. Oh, this is a 25 and a 10 and a 10. 25.
What? Fabian
25.
Wow.
25.
TJ Harrington. Is that your real name or you're just trying to sound rich? I'm TJ Harrington. That's like, who's your best friend, JG Wentworth?
All right, Fabian Martin, what's up, buddy? Here you go, Call.
Fabian Martin, what are you the president of Haiti? What kind of a name is that?
Chuck Gondos, Colin.
Chuck Gondos. Sounds like an Albanian porno star. You know?
You should have saved that one for this one. Go ahead, Raphael.
Raphael, is that Camuasano or Campusano?
Campusano.
What are you, Mushy Mike's best friend in junior high school?
All right, there we go. We got Dave Green. We got Gina Durenzis. We got Jackie L. Ryan Dassing. Jackie L. again. Now we got, this is all Colin.
Sabrina the hyena. Oh, you're still mourning DeStefano and Giannis breaking up the podcast, huh? That's all right, honey.
Milmat Games.
Milmat Games.
Mermat
Games. I know. I think I just invested in your. Never mind. I'm trying to make a GameStop joke, but it's out of my league, you know. Sorry, Mermat.
One more.
Cody Montagne.
Cody, what is that? Cody Montagne. Yeah. What do you like, that? The high school quarterback that didn't make it big, and now you're working in the auto dealership. I don't know.
Listen, all the $25 members, you're going to be getting sent a couple stickers to you for joining and being part of this. We're rearranging the whole thing this week and figuring out some stuff for you guys. I want to thank you for being a member. I want you to thank you for being a part of the patreon.com/Robert Kelly, being a ladybug. All you new members, thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of this. Stick around next month. We got Andrew Schultz is going to be on if he makes it out of that fucking riot down in Miami. And we got I believe Tim Dillon and another special guest in the month of April is going to be Smoking Hot. And of course, Colin Quinn right now, you're going to be watching. So, I mean, he's the greatest. He's the best. And you guys are the best. Gabby, thank you for coming on and being part of this. Gabby books these shows. We got the producer, Mush, Mike Suarez. Check us out this weekend in South Carolina at the where?
Comedy Zone in Greenville, South Carolina.
Bow, bow, bow. And of course, check out Colin Quinn and everything he's done. It's all over the internet. What you have shows coming up in the cellar. He's going to be at Bridgepoint at the Stress Factory. Sorry, not Uncle Vinny's. They don't like each other.
Hey, yo.
And then Governor's right after that.
Oh, and Governor's is open back up, huh?
Yep. I'll be
That's
there
great.
the week after.
Make sure you support him at those shows. Governor's more. Go support him at Governor's. No, I'm kidding. I mean, Bridgeport's a shithole. You're gonna get robbed. But listen, you're gonna die. You'll get killed. Don't go there. Listen, go to Governor's of the Cellar. Listen, they're literally 20 minutes apart from each other. Just take the ferry. Anyways, go check him out. He's the best in the business. Best in the business. You guys are the best. I'm Robert Kelly. We'll see you guys next week. Get your shirts. Available now. You know what, dude? Retro comicwearables.com. You know what, dude? We'll see you next week.